Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Fabrizio Romano claims Arsenal could let unbelievable defender leave in summer. The transfer insider, writing on CaughtOffside, claimed that the Gunners are open to letting Jakub Kiwior leave, but only for an important proposal. Kiwior has established himself as a squad player for Arsenal and enjoyed a run in the starting 11 in February and March last year. However, he faces a lot of competition at both centre back and at left back, and 12 of his 30 outings last term were off the bench. Kiwior has been linked with AC Milan, and according to Romano, Arsenal aren't exactly deeming him off limits, but only a big offer would suffice. He said, Jakub Kiwior to AC Milan stories are also back again. The Polish defender has always been appreciated by AC Milan as he was on their list also in January, but at the moment, Milan have not approached Arsenal yet. They have different priorities, including a new right back and a new striker. For the centre back, we will see later in the window. Arsenal could sell Kiwior this summer, but only for an important proposal. Arsenal will accept offers for talented midfielder despite being part of Mikel Arteta's plans. Arsenal are willing to listen to offers for Emile Smith Rowe during the summer transfer window as the Gunners look to fund crucial transfers ahead of the 24-25 campaign. That's according to Football Insider, who report that the 23-year-old remains in Mikel Arteta's plans for the upcoming season despite the lack of game time during the current campaign. The Englishman featured in 19 games for the North London outfit but only received 474 minutes of action. Arsenal are expected to strengthen their squad significantly ahead of the new season as they attempt to wrestle the Premier League away from Man City, having fallen short during their previous two attempts. The Gunners will need to sell some players to fund their spending, and Smith Rowe is a name on their transfer list as any fee received for the talented midfielder will go down as a pure profit. Smith Rowe will not be short of offers, with Fulham already being linked with a move for the Arsenal star. Writing in his latest exclusive column for CaughtOffside's The Daily Briefing, Arsenal journalist Charles Watts has stated that he expects Smith Rowe to leave the Emirates Stadium as there is plenty of interest in the 23-year-old. Fulham would be a great move for the midfielder, as Marco Silva has a very exciting squad at Craven Cottage. The Portuguese manager is also an exceptional coach, and there is no doubt he will be able to take the Arsenal Stars game to the next level, with the Englishman's next move being crucial for his career. Arsenal wonderkid could step up to replace a player likely to leave. Arsenal wonderkid Ethan Nwaneri could step up into the first team next season, according to Charles Watts, as he spoke exclusively to CaughtOffside for his latest daily briefing column. Nwaneri recently caught the eye with his performances for England at the Under-17 European Championships, and it makes sense that there could soon be a role for him in Mikel Arteta's first team. The teenager made his first team debut for Arsenal when he was 15, becoming the youngest Premier League player in history, and what's expect we could soon see more of him in action for the Gunners. With Emile Smith Rowe perhaps set to leave this summer, what suggested that could open up room for Nwaneri to get into the side more often, even if he's still not quite ready to feature week in, week out. However, it seems clear Watts rates Nwaneri very highly, suggesting he could be similar to Bukayo Saka in that he can go straight into the first team rather than going out on loan first. Arsenal could have edge over PSG in race for €50 million midfielder transfer, says expert. Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain are among the suitors for Monaco midfielder Youssouf Fofana, who is likely to be on the move in this summer's transfer window, according to Jonathan Johnson. Speaking exclusively to CaughtOffside for his daily briefing column, the French football expert explained that the TV rights situation in Ligue 1 means there is some uncertainty over a player's futures this summer. This means Monaco are likely to be under pressure, as they often are, to cash in on a star player like Fofana, who has a lot of interest around Europe, according to Johnson, with the France international likely to cost around 50 million euros. But the TV rights situation also means that kind of price tag might be tricky for PSG to pay, giving the advantage to Arsenal if that's where they look to strengthen their midfield. Fabrizio Romano has also told us about Arsenal's interest in Martin Zubimendi and João Neves, so it remains to be seen if Fofana will be a priority, but he will surely be a tempting option if he ends up being available. Fabrizio Romano gives Arsenal hope of completing exciting 60 million euros transfer. Transfer news journalist Fabrizio Romano has given Arsenal some hope of potential still being able to sign Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi this summer, despite João Neves also being linked as an alternative. Speaking exclusively to Count Offside for the latest edition of his daily briefing column, Romano played down the idea that Zubimendi's future was already decided amid reports that the Spain international is not keen on a move away from La Liga. Romano seems convinced Zubimendi's future is still open and pointed to his 60 million euros release clause, which is half the price of another name being linked with the Gunners, Benfica's João Neves. Neves looks a hugely exciting young talent, but the Portugal international would cost 120 million euros according to Romano, even if he has been monitored by Arsenal and other top clubs in recent times. Zubimendi looks ideal for Mikel Arteta's style of play, however, so Gunners will surely be pleased with this latest update on the 25-year-old's future. Romano said the following: "We keep hearing a lot of stories about Martin Zubimendi, who has been linked several times mostly with Arsenal and Barcelona, while some outlets are now stating that he is unlikely to leave Real Sociedad as he is happy and settled in his hometown and not looking to leave the Basque region. However, my understanding remains is that this is not decided yet. Zubimendi's future, his decision is still not clear yet. It remains an open situation, and he has a 60 million euros release clause. João Neves has been mentioned as a possible alternative for Arsenal in midfield. My information there remains that Neves has been scouted by Arsenal, Man United, Man City. All clubs are interested, but nothing is advanced at this stage. While it's also important to remember that Neves' price tag is double compared to Zubimendi, as his release clause at Benfica is 120 million euros. Journalist shares what has been told about Arsenal and Amadou Onana from very strong source. Amadou Onana is a player that has been linked with a move to Arsenal for quite some time. The Belgian midfielder is someone the Gunners have been mentioned in conjunction with for a long time now. However, by the sounds of things, Arsenal's interest in Onana has waned. Indeed, according to Steve Kay, speaking on KS1 TV, Arsenal aren't that keen on Onana as they believe he is not the right profile of midfielder for the Gunners at the moment. Kay shared what a strong source has told him about Onana and Arsenal. He said, no, what I have been told on Onana, and this could all change, but from a very strong source close to Arsenal, according to him, Onana is not the right profile that Arsenal are looking at. That's what I'm being told. Arsenal believe that Onana isn't the right sort of player for their style, and they are absolutely right. The type of midfielder Arsenal need to sign this summer is a Jorginho replacement, someone who is calm on the ball and able to control a game with talent, technique, and poise. Onana, quite simply, isn't that player. The Belgian is a 6 feet and 5 wrecking ball of a player. He is a useful weapon, but he is far from being steady on the ball, and he is much more of a physical midfield presence than a technical marvel. Onana could be brilliant for a top club if he is used in the right system, but with Mikel Arteta's style of play centering around, keeping the ball in the midfield and working smartly, Onana isn't the right fit for this Arsenal side. Arsenal will bring in a new midfielder this summer, but they will likely sign a much more technical player than Onana. One of the most exciting players in Europe made available for £42 million amid Arsenal interest. According to Ebola, Sporting are willing to sell centre-back Ousmane Diomande for between £42 million and £51 million this summer. Arsenal have long been linked with the 20-year-old, as have Premier League rivals Manchester United, who are in the market to replace Rafael Varane. Liverpool and Newcastle United have also been linked with Diomande, who has been labelled one of the most exciting players in Europe, and competition for his signature is expected to be rife. Sporting were previously looking for £68 million to sanction a sale, but since the African Cup of Nations, Diomande's level has dropped. Whether that puts off Arsenal remains to be seen. Fabrizio Romano provides update on 18-goal Man United and Arsenal target. RB Leipzig forward Benjamin Sesko has decided to take a few more days to make a decision over his future, as Man United, Arsenal, and Chelsea have a strong interest in the 21-year-old ahead of the summer transfer window. The Slovenia international has become one of Europe's most sought after talents following his very strong finish to the current campaign. Sesko scored in all of Leipzig's last 7 games in the Bundesliga, which took his total for the season to 18 in all competitions. The youngster has proven to be a lethal marksman, and given his age, there is a lot more room for improvement. The striker has a contract in Germany until 2028, but there is a good chance that the Leipzig star switches clubs this summer. According to Fabrizio Romano, Sesko has decided to take a few more days to decide his next move, as the forward has a lot of options on the table. The transfer journalist states that there is a new contract ready to be signed with Leipzig, while the 21-year-old has already turned down a move to Saudi Arabia. Man United, Arsenal, and Chelsea have all approached the Slovenian star since March and April, with one of these clubs being the destination where Sesko is likely to end up. Man United, Arsenal, and Chelsea are all in the separate need of a striker heading into the 24-25 campaign, and Sesko would be a great choice for the present and the future. The 21-year-old would most likely want to make the move to the Emirates Stadium, as the current project at Arsenal is very exciting and is likely to get even better under Mikel Arteta's watch. The 21-year-old has a huge decision to make over the coming days, as the Premier League club are left to see what conclusion the youngster reaches. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.